William, quickly on, you're calling us from Western Cape. Hello to you. Please keep it short.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Listen, I just actually want to add to the previous callers by saying that we actually have to look at the whole situation about the past being the past. And we actually have to start looking forward and see how we can actually improve the whole situation within the country and stop looking at the past for problem situation and to solve it. And like the other gentleman said that we actually have to sit down and have a dialogue with all these people and see how we can actually address these situations and try and alleviate it for a future generation. That's
all right. Thanks so much, William. Faith, sorry, you were saying?
I actually tend to disagree with Euphonik here, and the reason for this being that when we go into politics, I think that any sort of political official that goes into politics did not go there with the malicious intent of causing corruption within the system that they operate in. You do not go into politics wanting to be a leader that will be recalled at a later stage, or wanting to be somebody that will change the status quo to the detriment of their own people. You go into any position of leadership wanting to start a revolution first if you're in it, but also wanting to make a difference and want to make a change. What ends up happening is that because you're already getting into a system that is not really functioning at its peak or where it can maximize that, then we find a situation where you get stuck in it. And that's where the notion of those who are quiet or those who can come up, they keep quiet. They choose to make a difference.
So you're saying that
I say that it's time for people. We do have the caliber of leadership, but those leaders need to step up their game and start taking more accountability. They do have the caliber and they do have the capacity. You don't go into politics wanting to make a fool of yourself. You go into politics.
I think let's take some ownership as well. Maybe you can come in here where we talk about our own personal influences in dealing with unemployment, poverty, etc. And I know you guys are all philanthropic in your various influence areas, but how do we encourage other people to be like-minded?
Okay, so I think that the first thing that we got to do, and I hear your argument, you know, because you are spewing a bit of like resentment that will always come back even in the next 100 years, which will be 400 years. But I think what we got to understand about people, remove everything. The resource is the mind. And when we start talking about like a physical resource, whether it's an economical resource, it's a mind that creates it over time. It is built. So I always say that like what we want to do or what we need to do with South Africa, we will not see it happening in our communities in our lifetime. But we need to be the communities that go, I don't care what race you are.
Yeah.
You need land, you need food, you need to survive. There are real things we need in this world. How are we coming back? Because we need each other.
Sure.
Black people can't do it on their own, just like white people can't do it on their own. So as long as we keep on looking back and we're going 300 years, we met.
Sure. I believe, I understand the codependency, that synchrodestiny that you're talking about, but just looking at, gosh, I guess for me it's really about beyond the rhetoric. We can all say these wonderful quotable quotes, but do you think we're in an era where there's too much ETC, etc., the end of critical thinking?
I think the most important thing at the moment is obviously people feel like they have to pick sides. That's a big problem at the moment. We know you'd have to be both blind and ignorant to say that there isn't any oppression still happening in the country. Of course there is.
Sure.
But truthfully, if you have to as a white person say to a black person, but there are black people benefiting, there are rich black people benefiting. Sure, there are a couple. Same on the white side. Not every single white person is dancing around on a pot of gold. I can assure you that for myself.
Yeah.
You have to realize as a young person, your vote is important. Now it's about time that these political parties earned your vote, instead of just deciding where it goes without being promised through promises and through hopes and dreams. They need to realize that they have to earn your vote and put some value on your vote. That's how the country is going to change.
Sure. Sanele is on the line, and thanks for your patience, Sanele. What's your comment or question?
Hi guys, first I'd just like to greet you guys, and I'd like to say that the answer does not lie in government. We should not look at government. We should look at our education and how we want our black people to learn, to study. I'm at UCT currently, and when I look around at my peers, my black peers, I see leaders there. They are so hungry to better themselves and to better their communities, and by educating them, that I think is a solution. And to the other caller that called before, the first one, I definitely disagree with him. We cannot we cannot put all the power, we cannot put all the responsibility in government.
All right, Sanele, point taken. We're too dependent on government.
You know, if I may say, and I want to say to Slicker that this is not resentment that I speak of. I think when we speak about these things, we need to be brutally honest, and we need to be unashamed of speaking truths on based on the realities that we see. I think what we need to get at here is also just touching on what Faith says. Yes, you get into politics with a different intention, but the result is different. But we need to understand that your intentions and your results are two totally different things. We are living in the lives and times of a result, not an intention. Thus, how do we move forward from this? I disagree with, I agree with a lot of our callers that come in and say we need to not look at government. Although, yes, we need to hold government accountable. They have policies, they have promises that we have put in place. We also need to take ownership for ourselves. And this is where I say that, and I agree with Slicker in the sense that it lies with the mind, the resources are in the mind. We have the abilities to really do it for ourselves. Here's a perfect example. DJ Spoo, who just joined us now. Euphonic is a perfect example. Chase is a perfect example. We are all perfect examples of how we can do it for ourselves. If we can team up together and use the knowledge that we have, team it up with white individuals, as people would say, that have the knowledge, we could work out wonders. It's
all
a
right,
partnership.
we're gonna leave it on that very profound note, as said from a young leader. We continue our discussion after the short break. Do continue to call in. We only have so much time, but we're hoping that it would leave you at least with a further thought process as to how we can fix this country. We're back after this.
Cool. Can I give...
Sunrise.